Every people has its own language. And every language, because of its characteristics and because of the history of the people that use it, comes to form an unrepeatable mix. Literature, philosophy, technological and religious thought, and even the most simple communications express themselves through words. Words which it is often impossible to translate due to the particular meaning they assume in the context in which each language lives and evolves. It is through language that people communicate amongst each other. For centuries, Latin was the common language. Then came what were to be major languages such as Spanish, French, and English. Today, the development of electronic networks of communication allow us to talk and transmit text through any frontier in real time. We thus don't need to renounce to the use of language as a vehicle of communication. It is important to avoid that in daily use one is forced to give up his own language because the technology used isn't capable of recognizing it, or because instructions and commands use a different language. What is the future of languages in a world of growing technology in which machinery helps mankind and takes its place in more and more complex activities? Languages can survive only if the new technological applications recognize and utilize them. If machines adapt themselves, people will not have to definitely renounce to their own language and identity. Only if technology utilizes the different languages will they remain alive, along with the cultural identity and patrimony that characterizes them. It is for this reason that the Ministry of Communications, through the High Institute of Communication and Information Technology, has been promoting the development of technologies that will allow the automatic processing of the Italian language. The Ugo Bordoni Foundation collaborates in this project through studies, research and applications in connection with universities and companies. These technologies cannot simply be bought like a computer or a car, but require accurate planning to be able to function in our language, Italian. Since ancient times, man has made numerous attempts of building statues and machines that could talk. In the 1st century BC in Egypt, the statue of Memnone, son of Dawn, when heated by sun rays, would let out melodious murmurs which resembled a human voice. In the 18th century, many devices capable of pronouncing short sentences and sounds were invented in Europe. Now, any machine can have a voice.
Ciao, mi chiamo Paola e la mia voce è prodotta dal sistema di sintesi di Loquendo. Scrivi una frase e io te la leggerò con la mia voce.
It can express itself in a natural and fully comprehensible manner, with a color and intonation that are very similar to the human voice. To give life to a synthesized voice which sounds natural,
occorre una base dati acustica che contenga tutti i suoni della nostra lingua. Bisogna anche individuare le regole di composizione e ricombinare i frammenti di voce in maniera fluida e organica.
Trenitalia, servizio informazioni. Per informazioni relative agli orari dei treni, dica orario. Per altri tipi di informazione, dica altro.
Orario.
The technology of voice recognition is the base for many facilities and automatic services because it allows to interpret the user's requirements through intuition and by being easily accessible.
Ora dica da dove parte e dove vuole andare.
Parto da Roma e vado a Firenze.
No special machinery is required and a simple telephone becomes a privileged access terminal to IT services.
Parte oggi 7 marzo?
No, il 12.
The user can express himself in a very natural way and provide the data the system requires.
Costo indicativo di prima classe 43 euro. Costo indicativo di seconda classe 32 euro. Ripeto?
No.
This service, provided by Loquendo, a leading company in voice technology, will acquire the data, verify it, and give an immediate answer.
Trenitalia le augura buon viaggio.
Translating from one language to another is a problem that has committed mankind for centuries. The invention of primitive computers had brought to believe that there would soon be a machine capable of translating. In Italy today, the possibility of assigning the complete translation of a text to a computer, reducing revision by the user to minimum, finds its answer in Petra. With the use of the sophisticated linguistic components developed by Sintema, Italian leading company in Italian-English automatic translation systems, Petra software is capable of furnishing an entirely automatic translation of any text written in English or Italian. It considers morphological, syntactic and semantic aspects and considers the difference in grammatical structure of the two languages. The traditional means of recognition of a person are usually based on something one possesses, like a credit card, or on something that one knows, like a personal identification number, or on an exclusive physical characteristic, like fingerprints. Today, to these systems we can add the recognition of the speaker, that is to say, the voice of he who speaks. Being able to recognize who says a sentence may be useful to gain access to a place or a service, or to identify the voice of a person in a group through a sophisticated statistic analysis of its acoustic characteristics.